Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Colin's Last Stand KnockBack Let's Play. My name is Colin Moriarty. I'm joined by my brother, the Jackal, Dagan Moriarty.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
I'm doing well, my friend. And you?
I'm well. We're tired. We're a little bit tired because we've been recording the whole new season of KnockBack, and we wanted to do something a little bit complimentary for KnockBack this time around, which was to do Let's Plays that show off some of the games we talk about. So go ahead and start.
All right,
this
let's
is
do
Jackal.
this.
This is a game that we played a lot as children. Dagan especially was really into this game when we were kids. I was younger than him, obviously. And for those of you confused about what KnockBack is all about, KnockBack is a podcast series that Dagan and I started earlier this year in 2018. Where at the time we're recording this, we're 8 episodes in. You might be watching this at a different time. And it's a podcast dedicated to the things from our childhood or the things from our past that we really love. It's not only about video games, actually. It's about everything. We did one on war movies. We did one on movies we shouldn't be watching when we were children. We did one on Indiana Jones. We did one on the Star Wars Expanded Universe, etc., etc., etc. But a lot of the episodes do focus on video games, and we figured there was a great way to cross-pollinate the podcast with Let's Play series that shows off some of the games that we really love, some of the things that we really wanted to talk to you guys about. So, for starters, KnockBack can be supported at patreon.com/ColinsLastStand. In fact, you'll get early access to these Let's Plays over there, too. And you can get the show a week early each week. But you can also listen to it for free over at soundcloud.com/CLSKnockback or subscribe on podcast services of your choice, including iTunes. So there's a lot of ways for you to go ahead and subscribe and listen and enjoy. And we wanted to bubble up Jackal to start with because it's a game that came up a few times on various episodes that we did about the NES, and it's one of Dagan's very favorite games. So Dagan, tell me a little bit about it.
Love this game. A game I grew up with. Very, very easy to play. Just plug and play this game. And very Konami in its nature as far as one of those games similar to Contra and Life Force where you could just play this game and memorize it. You memorize the patterns, where things are, what to do, and as you play it more and more, you get better and better, which is a very satisfying thing, and that's why I love Konami's original games. And also, Jackal is really the unsung hero of the classic NES Konami games. If you look at the classic, I consider it the classic triumvirate, which is Life Force, Salamander in Japan, Contra, and Jackal. Jackal is really the one that didn't get a lot of shine. And it's unfortunate because it's such a wonderful game. And to those collectors out there or people thinking about starting to collect for NES or retro games, definitely pick this game up. You could get it for less than $10 still. And this is one of the best $10 you ever spent. This game is very, very pound for pound entertaining. And it's just a fun game and a fun way to kill an hour. And yeah, highly recommended. One of my all-time favorites. And I was saying, we were laughing before because I was saying I wasted so much time in junior high school and high school playing NES games like this. And in high school, playing Jackal was a full-time sport for me. I think it was like a stress reliever for me. I would just pop this game in and play it. I knew it wouldn't get me frustrated because I got good at it quickly. As you know, when you play Konami games and you memorize everything and you know what to do, it's very satisfying to go through it and see if you could go, now I want to go quicker at it. This time I'm going to do a run where I won't upgrade my weapon, I won't upgrade my grenade into rockets and such like that. So,
yeah, kind of these more arbitrary challenges to keep things fresh.
We always did that. We were speed running and doing all these things before it was a thing, before trophies and all that, right?
Yeah,
that was the original trophies.
Right, exactly. The original trophy was. You know what I remember? I wish maybe you still have it. I don't know if you remember it, but you had this kind of crude, stapled together kind of few pieces of paper, loose leaf paper of games you beat.
Yes.
And you would add games to it. Like it was like kind of an honor system thing.
Right.
Because there were no trophies, there was no way to kind of symbolize that you beat anything. You could take pictures of the ending. Sometimes people would do that, especially with score games, and send them to Nintendo Power to win contests and stuff. But,
exactly.
But do you have that list? Have you seen that list?
No, I wish I had that, Colin. I bet it's in a box somewhere with Dad, what's fun? I think I remember I had like 168 games on that list. But you know what I did on that list? I cheated a little bit.
Did you?
Remember? Like I would put games like Kung Fu on there.
Oh, right.
Games you can't really beat. You do beat it, but then you got to go through it again and again and again and again. So I was desperate to make that list big, And there were some games that never got on that list. I could think of one in particular, two in particular, actually. Athena, which is the most broken game in the NES library.
That game's terrible.
And
we should do a Let's Play for that one.
Oh, God, that would be... Yeah, I might not make it through, but we could try. And Battletoads. Could never beat that game.
Battletoads is extremely tough.
Oh, so hard.
We find out later with Battletoads, of course, that everyone couldn't beat it. That it was comical.
How should I kill
hard
this guy? Machine gun, rocket, or I love the overkill of this. That was completely unnecessary to use a rocket on that guy.
But those guys are the most dangerous in the game.
They're very dangerous, the Foot Soldiers. Not the Foot Clan.
Not the Foot Clan.
Mind you. They're not in this.
I'm sure we'll do a Turtles Let's Play at some point, too. Both Turtles 1 and Turtles 2 on NES. But Jackal is... You're right. Out of the Konami games on NES, and not only... And Ultra games, which were the same company.
Sure.
Not only of the kind of the triumvirate, like you were saying, of Contra and Salamander and Jackal, but even when you throw in the Castlevania trilogy, you throw in Blades of Steel, you throw in Metal Gear, this was like really the really unsung game. And it's strange because it's so good.
It's so fun. It's so simple to play. The controls are really tight. And so what I'm doing here, guys, I should explain this earlier. So your mission is to go behind enemy lines in these Jeeps. You get airdropped in by that giant chopper. And you go and rescue POWs behind enemy lines and then deliver them to the helipad in each stage. And if you guys noticed the blinking POWs that I was picking up in my Jeep, we were saying earlier how many guys could fit in this Jeep. I think I had about 22 guys in this Jeep. Makes sense.
Yeah, they're just all piled on top of each other. They can barely move.
Exactly. Hey, we're right. Oh, come on, guys. You can't get too comfortable. I mean, we're rescuing you guys. It's going to be a little uncomfortable for a while.
It's
now
weird.
They're in the chopper. They're having a glass of wine. They're fine.
Right. And yeah, a lot of guys in that chopper, by the way. That chopper can barely take off. Must not have much fuel in it.
It's out of our hands.
Yeah, you did your
We
part.
did what we had to do.
You did your part.
We're coming up on the first boss fight. So anyway, that the mission is to go rescue the POWs. The blinking POWs are the officers. They upgrade your grenade weapon into rockets, various upgraded rockets that you could fire. Unlimited ammo. And you can't upgrade your speed. You can't. There's no shield. It's just to upgrade the one weapon. And you could see the machine gun. Unlimited ammo, but always fires north, depending on where your Jeep is. Your Jeep could go in any direction, 8 directions, but you fire north.
And that's the shooting north is a quirk of the arcade port, which relied on an 8-direction joystick. So you could actually independently shoot the machine gun in any direction, similar to how you can shoot the kind of the more primary weapons in any direction. But because of the nature of the NES's control input with the not the analog stick rather, but the D-pad, there was a problem with making that happen. And so you can see how it's so funny, these tanks are scripted so basically, where they're just going in either, it's like concentric circles basically.
Just gonna toy with this guy for a while. One hit with the machine gun. Come here. One hit with the machine gun.
Oh my god, just put him out of his misery.
He'll turn brown when he gets a little more vulnerable, but now we're gonna have a little fun with this guy. We're gonna have a little fun with him. Boop, boop. Boop, here I am. Oh,
so now he's about halfway dead.
He's halfway there.
Now it's strange that his tank suddenly becomes all rusted out when he's...
Yeah,
you got it. Now we see... Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
That's what you're looking for.
Cutscene.
That's randomly generated, the cutscene?
You'll get that. That's the best cutscene you could get. There's another cutscene, which I'm sure we'll see, that is not as triumphant. I hope we don't see it, but we might see it. So at the end of every stage, you get a cutscene depending on your progress. I think there's only 2 different ones. One saying you made it, but you didn't do too good, and that one, which saying you're the best damn Jeep rescue operation on the face of the planet.
Right. You did a fine job. You did a fine job. So now we're in some sort of, I don't know, Roman ruins or Greek ruins here. We were talking before we started that, this game was really of a time when there was a weird obsession, especially with Contra and similar games to it, of Vietnam War kind of jungle warfare, whether it was telegraphing that it was literally Vietnam or not. Codename Viper by Capcom was another example of a game like that.
Right.
Where Cobra Triangle.
Sure.
Where there were games that were kind of throwing back to this terrible shit that happened just 15 or 20 years ago.
But they don't say it. They allude to it. We know we're behind enemy lines. We know we're rescuing. We know we're rescuing some MIA POWs. But you know what's funny about this? They don't actually say we don't know what era we're in. We could be in the 70s here, right?
Right.
This could be the 70s. I like the fact that it could be a period piece. I never really thought of that before. You never think of that.
A lot of this game too is predicated on complete overkill because there's nothing around you right now. These are like bunkers that are holding the POWs. You could literally just get out of the Jeep and kind of extract them naturally, but instead you launch missiles at the buildings to blow holes in the side of them so these guys and they're all shaking their fists, all excited. seems a little unnecessary. Like, it could be done a little more delicately. These guys, maybe they haven't eaten in a while. Maybe they need medical attention.
You know what's funny about this game too? This is a good speedrun game because it's not on rails and it's not auto-scrolling. You could kind of go at your own pace. I've watched speedruns of this game where guys just ignore everything. They don't only ignore the POW mission, but they don't even fight anything. You could just go right through it, which I never even thought of doing as a kid. Like torturing myself trying to learn everything. I guess you do have to know a little bit because there are some. Oh Jesus! But it's one of those games where it's like, you don't really need to be doing all this, but it's kind of fun too. It's not as fun just zipping through it,
Right, of course.
Go at your own pace. Go at your own leisure, as it was.
Your leisure.
As it were. And I'm going to run this. And also, I don't know if I ever told you this, Kyle. This is where... Look. This is where Rockstar... True story. True or false? This is where Rockstar got the idea for Grand Theft Auto.
It's false, but it's compelling enough that I believed it when you told me that the first time. So for people that don't know, we kind of see quintessential Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas 4, and 5 as these open world, shooter, action, whatever games, driving games.
Sure.
But the original Grand Theft Auto games, 1, 2, London, etc., were all top-down games just like this. They didn't actually look much better than this either. And
that's true.
So
people forget that.
So you could see that would be an influence. Maybe it was, but I don't know anything about that.
No.
But it is a compelling, made-up story that you just lied to everyone about.
It gives it a little shine, where a game that didn't get enough shine, So going to the helipad here, gonna do the clown car thing. I like to be a little bit... Now, they could keep attacking you, but you might see in the later stages they try to bomb you as you're doing this, which is a little unfair. There should be some rules.
Like, why wouldn't they bomb? Why wouldn't these guys just take out the helipads? The helipads are in great shape.
They really are.
Like, why? Like, in classic combat, like, in the Pacific, island hopping theater in World War II, there was an obsession on both sides of the conflict to make sure to crater, runways and stuff like that so that planes couldn't take off and we were going to Midway and all those places just to get the runway. So why would they leave these? Everything's in tatters here.
Right.
Except for the helipads. Now, maybe they need them to be resupplied and all that as well.
I like that theory. That adds some realism, sure. But I think it's this is a very polite enemy. You know what? They're trying to kill you, but they're very fair. They let me go at my own pace. They don't come at me unless I see them first, which is really nice.
Yeah, you appreciate that. And these guys have like RPGs of some sort.
I'm going to tell you what I do sometimes.
Do you run them all over?
No. Well, you could run them over. That's fun too. Well, let me just say too, if you can't run over soldiers in this game, it becomes only half as good. I think that's a big draw. But what I do is I pretend I only got 3 bullets left. Burn. That guy's going down. That's 1 bullet. Burn. That's 2. And then this guy might get a rocket. Burn. Okay.
And he's not even killed by the explosion. He's literally torn in half just by the
rocket.
Just by the trajectory of the rocket.
Could have just thrown one of the rockets at him, instead of firing it. Might have been a little.
Now, I got to be honest with you with these statues, and I'm not sure if this is intentional or not. Do you know what I'm going to say about these statues?
No, tell me.
In relation to another Konami game? Look at them really carefully and tell me if you see anything with them.
Another Konami game.
They look a little bit like Medusa heads from Castlevania.
Oh, they really do look. I never even put 2 and 2 together on that. I wonder if it is the same. Medusa had more of a profile.
Yeah, it's definitely not like the same sprite, but it's the same color, and they kind of look.
That's interesting.
Medusa heads being the most notorious of Castlevania.
KnockBack. Talk about KnockBack. See what I did there?
Yeah, because
now this Medusa. You know why this Medusa head's not firing at me? This other one on the other side, because it's not there anymore. You want to see something? You want to see magic trick? What happened there, Konami? Come on, tighten up.
Tighten it up.
Tighten up, Konami.
So to give people a little bit of background on the game, this game was released in the arcades in North America and Japan in 1986. And interestingly, from the research that I've done here, the game came out here first, and then came out in Japan in 1986. But it wasn't ported to NES until 2 years later, in September of 1988 rather. Famicom Disk System, which was kind of the Famicom add-on that allowed it to use these kind of floppy disk-looking things instead of cartridges, was also released in 1988. We never got another release. And interestingly, as far as I can tell, the last time this game was ever released on anything was when it came out in 1988 on NES. So there's clearly not this latent demand for it anywhere. It would
Which
never.
is
It's
such
not
a
on Virtual Console. It wasn't in any collections as far as I can
so
see.
sad, you know? Come on, Konami. This is a wonderful game. Go buy this game. Support Jackal. Maybe they'll do a sequel.
So now we have to deal with these Medusa head bosses.
Medusa heads. And they're
Oh my
firing
God, what-
rockets at us.
These guys are very sophisticated. It's like these. Whatever enemy you're fighting is incredibly sophisticated.
You know, I feel like they're a little trolly. You know, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go admire these statues, and then they're gonna start firing missiles at. And you know what? The tank from behind. Come on, guys. Let's be fair.
Probably in playtesting they were like, this is too easy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They had to add another dimension to it. In other words, you know, I don't know why my missiles aren't registering hits. Stop trolling me. There we go. There we go. Oh, come on, guys. Stop sending in those tanks. I'm just gonna keep killing them.
I know these guys are. It's just like just lambs to the slaughter behind
You
you.
know who you're dealing with here? You're dealing with
Uh-oh.
the Jack.
Oh
no!
my God! See, you were talking shit. You were talking too much
See
shit.
what happened? Now I got the grenades. You know what the benefit is to having grenades, though? Is that they could go, you won't see it now, but they could actually go over obstacles, over walls and stuff where the missiles can't. Oh, there's the other. just wanted to show you guys the other.
Yeah,
cutscene.
it was totally intentional.
It was intentional.
Now, the characters that you just saw, you saw 4 characters. They're Colonel Decker, Corporal Gray, Sergeant Quint, and Lieutenant Bob.
Lieutenant Bob is my favorite.
What the hell were they thinking with that? They have some great names here. And you can tell these are like, this is a Japanese studio making a very, American-style game. There's actually a really, I can't remember what baseball game it is. It was a Japanese-only baseball game where they were trying to make American-style names, and it's so funny. I gotta find that for you because it's, like, ridiculous. Like, none of the names are real, like, actual names. But
What game is that?
It was, like, some Japanese-only baseball game. I'll find it for you. It's
Okay.
really, really funny. But I like how, Gray, which is, maybe a reference to Gray Fox in Metal Gear, but Quint, Decker, these are like classic American names, but then Bob.
Bob. But, not many people know the backstory of this game. That's actually his last name. No, it's not. It's his first name. He's just really a friendly guy. He wants his troops to feel at ease, and he said, just call me Bob.
It's very casual, which is unusual for the military.
He's a very cool guy. He really wanted to really make his soldiers feel comfortable, which is it's admirable. They're on a dangerous mission here,
Who's funding this operation, this enemy operation? They have this is when they reveal that they have a navy of some sort as well. They have all these sophisticated gun placements, anti-artillery ranges and all of this, and then they have a naval force as well. Not only are they making statues that shoot missiles out, not only do they have these helipads, clearly because they have some sort of air force, they have an endless array of tanks. There's a lot of money being put into this. It reminds me a little bit of Cobra, where I'm like, what's going on here?
It might be Cobra. This might be Cobra. You think?
I mean, they're incompetent enough to be Cobra.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. You know what? Let me show you guys something else, too, before I proceed. Look, this is auto fire in this game. You ready? You can hold down the button and fire. This is what it does.
So not fast enough.
Now, look at this. This is very similar to Life Force. Now, look how fast I can fire. So why would I do this? Your hand, by the end of this stage, you're going into the 4th stage, your hand is killing you in this game. But it's so worth it.
You need to build up that dexterity again, that stamina.
Yeah, I don't have it anymore. I'm slow in my old age.
I've said that many times where I'm only, only, I guess I'm getting older, but 33, where I'm like, I'm pretty sure I was way better at games when I was like 6.
Younger.
Like, I really was beating games like Kid Icarus when I was like in elementary school.
Yeah, you were exceptionally advanced when you were doing that kind of stuff at that age. Because those are hard games.
Yeah, they're really, and now I play them and they're kicking my ass,
You know.
I love that game though. Kid Icarus is so great.
This guy's getting a grenade. Look, it's missing him. See that? Look what he's doing.
Just because you were foolish enough to die.
I know. I have no upgrades. I didn't rescue any officers yet. I might just stick with the grenades, though, because there's so many walls in this game. See, like this guy. He goes right over it.
But the explosion goes through the walls, too, from the missile, or from the rockets, I noticed. There's, like, no...
Right. I'll show you guys. When I get those rockets back, I'll go into that. It's like a multi-directional thing. Oh, you know what the other thing is? I just messed up, because this game, you can only scroll backwards so far. And then it said, you know what? Forget it. Forget it, guys. I'm leaving you. It's all about me. It's not about those guys. Let's be honest.
It's all about the glory.
Trying to get out of here.
You get back to base and you're like, where are all the POWs? And they're like, oh, I forgot about
What?
Like, you tore through all these guys, but they're all
I wasn't
just
going
left
to
behind.
jeopardize my tank. I mean, my Jeep.
I know, they don't even give you a tank. They give you, like, some sort of Jeep. They really send... It's like a suicide mission, really.
They're so into it. They're extreme. They got offered a tank.
They
said, "What do you guys want?" They said, "Give us like some wave runners," and they're like, "Come on, guys, let's be reasonable." I said, "All right." They said, "All right, the Jeep. Give us the Jeep." So they said, "Are you sure you don't want like the tank? You sure you don't want a squadron of fighters to go in? Nah, give us the Jeep.
Yeah, just give us the Jeep.
It's
We'll be
fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
All right. Well, do you guys want the rockets or do you just want some grenades? Just give us the grenades. Are you sure we could give you these rockets? No. You know what'll happen? We'll rescue the POWs and they'll give us rockets. All right. Well,
That sounds a little unusual, but
that's
okay.
fine. That's fine. First they said just give us a baseball bat and a crowbar. And they said, "What? You still need the Jeep?" And they said, "Yeah, it's a weird combination, but just do that."
What they originally wanted to do was to use the baseball bat like Stand By Me on the mailboxes, but instead of mailboxes, they were just gonna go beat these guys' heads in with baseball bats.
And then Command said, "Do you guys?" They said, "Do you guys?" They said, "Well, you know what? We got these really awesome mounted machine guns that we could put on your Jeep. You can fire in all directions." And they said, "No." They said, "No. You know what? Just give us the one that fires north the whole time."
Yeah. So that somehow, even when we're turning directions, it always just fires. There's like some sort of magnetic compass on it that makes it fire to the north at all times.
Are you guys sure that because we have this other one? It fires. It's crazy. It fires really rapidly. It fires another. Nah, just give us the. We were thinking about just taking a couple of revolvers and having one mounted in the Jeep.
And Command's like, all right, fair enough. Hoorah!
Hoorah! So we'll make it a challenge. Let's get some of these guys.
Now, can the score go high enough in this game to flip it? Because it's only 6 digits.
That's a good
I
question.
assume not.
I'm not good enough at this game to know that, but that's a great question. I never thought of that before. I'm rescuing one of the generic guys. What I needed are some officers here. This guy thinks he's gonna live. Is he out of his mind? Whoop!
Well, he might be on to something.
Get out of here!
There we go. Oh.
He got hit with the grenade.
I love the one frame add death animation where they just like
They
crumple.
just splat.
Yeah.
Splat.
It's weird that there's there's an overscan problem or something. It cuts off at the top with some of the sprites, some of the moving sprites, where it doesn't show like half of them if they're at the top of the screen.
Right, and then you could actually go back and cheat and kind of reset a little bit, which is kind of funny. Oh Jesus!
So these can't be destroyed. You have to just get through.
No, you just have to get through. It's that first one that's really the problem. Then I think, if I'm not mistaken, they sent some tanks at you as well. Where is that tank? There it is.
Yeah, so you can see what I'm talking about there, where there's like missing parts of the sprite at the top of this.
It doesn't form, right?
It's interesting.
All right, let's get through this bad boy of rock.
This guy's like just stuck in between. That guy.
Hey Jim, just stand between these two lasers and wait for this guy to come. That guy's been there for 9 hours waiting for us. It didn't end good for that guy. Let's be honest. Right? We just went through that one.
Now everything's destructible except for these lasers. It's very weird to me. Like, what is it about that they're like titanium, some sort of special alloy that can resist the north shooting?
Look at this poor guy. They said, Phil, just wait behind this wall. He probably won't even see you. He's like a new guy. They said, don't go right out in the open. He probably won't even see you. He's not going to bother with you. He was the first guy killed.
Yeah, just stay behind.
These are the perils
crates.
of war.
Yeah.
War
is hell. This is an anti-war. Similar, on one of our episodes of KnockBack, we talked about Johnny get.
I cannot live. I cannot die. Whoa, Jesus.
Johnny get his gun.
Yeah, this is very Johnny got his gun. This game, and you know what? Could this be technology-wise? You're the expert in this. Could this be a World War II? It is a green.
No, the helicopters wouldn't be in World War II.
And would the rockets be mounted in a tank?
No, there would be
there
was some rudimentary rocket technology the Nazis were using and stuff, but no, this would have to be at the very earliest Korean and more likely Vietnam era or later.
Okay, so
just based on the technology.
All right.
But then again, there's still not statues that shoot rockets out of their mouths, as far as I understand. So who the hell knows what's going on?
It's a very advanced enemy, very dangerous. I see what you guys are doing. I see what you're up to. You sons of bitch.
You sons of bitch.
Look at this guy. He says, I'll do it. No, you won't.
These enemies show great valor, though.
They really do. They're very courageous, and that's what makes them dangerous, This guy's going, all right, now look, guys. Sometimes I like to do little things like pretend I'm out of rockets, and I'm just going to use my machine gun. But I have to use it sparingly.
So I found the instruction manual online, and I'm gonna tell you what's going on.
Please.
It says return to Nam. So this is Vietnam.
Oh, it is Nam. All right.
It says infrared satellites soaring miles above Earth have spotted dozens of American prisoners of war still trapped on enemy soil.
What?
Missing for years but never forgotten. These men must be brought home.
Not.
But America is in no position to risk an all-out invasion that could prompt retaliation. Instead, the only possible hope for their freedom is a small-scale commando raid, codenamed Jackal.
Codename. I love that.
Immediately, the president
Twice.
turns to the Green Berets and their combat-ready tactical infiltrating Jeep Squad.
Okay.
The and wait, hold on a second. Oh, I thought it's in quotes. I was like, is there a TM after that? Because that would be awesome.
Oh,
the Jeep Squad is comprised of 20 all-terrain four-wheel drive supermobile attack Jeeps, each equipped with one driver and one gunner. Only 40 of the Green Berets' bravest and most cunning soldiers belong to this elite fighting force. And because of the secrecy of the mission, only a few of them qualify for the rescue attempt. So this is Vietnam, but later.
Okay.
Which is weird because the war was over. Like, who were we fighting? Where did Vietnam get an air? Where did they get all the money for this? They were barely.
I hear you.
Doesn't really make any sense.
First of all, guys, where are the other 19 Jeeps? This is just one Jeep. Are they kidding me? They completely lied. There's not 19 Jeeps. There's one Jeep.
How to be a hero, it says.
Okay.
Your mission begins when you and your faithful Jeep, Trigger, are parachuted along the fringes of the Cambodian border.
Terrible.
From there, you'll claw and scratch through 6 deadly enemy territories, rescuing POWs while encountering heavy fire from tank patrols, cannon bunkers, bomber squadrons, and a hostile navy.
Okay.
Your only means of survival are a trusty machine gun that only shoots north, hand grenades, bazookas obtained by rescuing POWs and powering up, and world-class driving skills. You have a total of 3 Jeeps to risk at the beginning of Operation Jackal. An extra Jeep will be added after you rescue a predetermined number of POWs.
Got it.
Jackal can be played simultaneously by 2 players. If only one person plays, use Control 1, blah, blah, blah.
So it's not score. It's actually, even though you achieve a higher score by rescuing the POWs and delivering them to the helipads, it's actually monitoring. I never knew that.
So we have some information about the 4 guys here as well.
I like that. It humanizes.
Lieutenant Bob is the gunner.
Okay.
The finest sharpshooter in the history of the Green Berets, it says.
He's good.
Sergeant Quint is the driver, an IndyCar driver turned mercenary. And then I guess for the second car, the gunner is Colonel Decker, and they spell it D-E-C-K-A-R here. The commander of this operation and Medal of Honor recipient in Vietnam. And Corporal Gray is the driver, winner of 6 European Grand Prix races, and considered the greatest stunt driver since Evil Bo Weevil.
Evil Bo Weevil.
They didn't want to get sued, I guess.
He was great.
So the territories that we were going through, Checkpoint Alpha, Checkpoint Baker, Checkpoint Charlie was just what we went through. This is
Right.
Checkpoint Delta.
Checkpoint Delta is a little bit of a pain in my tuchus.
And the enemy hordes. These tanks are called Quicksilver. That's what those tanks are called.
They're not even silver.
The guns are 50mm cannons. The guys that you're mowing down indiscriminately are anti-Jeep personnel.
Anti-Jeep personnel.
And light but deadly infantry is the other type of enemy.
I'm an anti-personnel Jeep. Did you see what I did there?
I did see that. I heard it. Thank you. And I'm looking at the PDF for this. And I love how they had like all these old instruction manuals had a place where you can write your notes.
That was all in the instruction manual?
Yeah.
I feel like that's taken away a little of the mystique. I gotta be honest. I don't really like it. Except for Bob. I did want to learn about Bob.
Yeah, but we were always interested in Bob. So this stage, Checkpoint Delta introduces the water that kind of slows everyone down. I like how it also affects the enemy forces, though, which is cool. It's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. Again, very fair enemy. You know, they're really, really deadly, but they're nothing if not fair. And I commend that. You know, it's not going to stop me from destroying them, but.
It's not going to stop you from indiscriminate slaughter. It's not going to stop Sergeant Quint or whatever from.
Like, I could just totally pass this guy.
But you won't.
No, this is a very mean-spirited tank group. You know.
Well, war is hell, dude.
They have had it. How's this guy going?
Save your ammo. Keep your powder dry.
That would have been amazing if that was a thing. Like, you have to absolutely run a lot of guys over. Whatever you could run over, run over. We can't afford this.
We have to fit at least 40 POWs in this Jeep at one time. We have no room for ammunition.
Yep, that makes it.
Whoa.
That makes sense. Yeah, this thing, forget about it. What is it, a pirate ship? It's firing cannonballs at us.
So, yeah, no, it's a little weird. It's a little weird. That, according to this, let's see what that's called. That is the mobile missile launcher.
Oh, similar to the thing in G.I. Joe.
Exactly.
But those, I'm pretty sure those were cannonballs that the thing
Yeah, it was a little weird.
You know, a little schlocky, Konami. Make them look like. Look, this looks like a missile. Why can't the other things look like missiles?
Where are they storing all this ammunition?
These guys are all over the place, huh? Oh, I see you back. What are you hiding back, you son of a gun? He was hiding all the way back there.
I was pretty sure the prisoners were supposed to be handed over at the end of the war. There's a Geneva Convention violation here for sure, on both sides because of the indiscriminate slaughter as well. There's got to be something in the Geneva Convention saying you can't just shoot individuals with rockets.
We don't talk about what happens in Nam. Stays in Nam.
Yeah, I know it was a hellish war.
Did they spell Nam N-O-N-O-M because they were afraid to get sued by Vietnam?
No.
Okay.
No, it's N-A-M, but interestingly, it's apostrophe N-A-M.
Oh, yeah. So they were. Come on. Well, I appreciate that. It sets it in. It's almost maybe this is a fictional universe. Who knows?
I like how they introduced some train tracks here, kind of indicating there's a supply line.
Yes, and I'm going to disrupt it right now, you son of a bitches. Come on, train. Come on. Those guys. Oh, I see you. I see you. I'll stay on the tracks then. They can't be on the tracks. You don't want to disrupt your own supply lines. I know you're coming. I know you're coming, train. There you are. Goodbye.
Where did that train come from?
They were just delivering milk to the children. God.
Just mail and parcels.
Where did it come from?
Just hurtling out of space onto the train track.
Look, another one. It's another pirate ship. Get out of there, you son of a gun. All right. Playing very carefully here.
Yeah, you gotta be deliberate. You know, on a checkpoint, especially checkpoint Delta, please.
Checkpoint Delta is rough. These guys shoot to kill. All right, here I am at the helipad. Do I have any? Did I pick up any? Oh, I picked up a couple people at least, right?
Yeah, you picked up. You got a few guys.
A couple officers in there out of there.
You can't save everyone. The war's been over for a while.
This guy. Whoever's manning this cannon is not like the other one. This is the elite cannon guy. Look how quick he turns on me. Get out of there.
Not quick enough.
It's not fair.
I thought you had guys. I guess not.
Oh, I wasn't close.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Woo. Come on. I'm gonna. You know what?
What are you doing? No! You've gone rogue.
He's gone.
What attracted you to this game? Like, was it the box art that was interesting to you, or what?
You know what? I don't remember.
Was it a Nintendo Power?
No, I don't know how I picked up this game. I'm thinking it might have initially been a rental, and then I realized how fun it was, and that was the thing. You know, back then it was like you really got lucky if you found a game that had replay value like this. Like, you know, I consider this game extremely replayable, and it's just so fun to plug and play and not have to worry about saving or a quest or grinding or anything like that. It's just a plug and play game. And I think when I realized it was worth buying, then I got it. But, you know, back then, you know, it could have ended up like this. It could have ended up like Deadly Towers. You didn't know which way it was going. You know?
Shitty Towers.
Shitty Towers.
Shitty Towers.
We're coming up on the third boss or fourth boss?
This is the fourth boss.
Fourth boss.
I'm looking at, I was just looking up when Jackal appeared in Nintendo Power, and it does appear in issue 7.
Didn't have a cover.
No, it was actually the Mega Man 2 cover.
Oh.
That famous Mega Man 2 cover where
where
Mega Man's fighting Wily in the UFO. Pretty iconic.
Yeah, I could understand why it didn't make the cover. It's a pretty hairy competition there with MM2. All right, so you gotta kind of pepper this giant attack craft.
I know, Jesus.
You know, this
where are they getting
tremendous.
this thing from? I gotta be honest, the parachuting animations are
These guys are terrified. Can you imagine being one of these guys? It's really necessary. It's like, you know what? We're gonna attack. The Jeep's coming. The enemy's coming. We're gonna bring out our giant attack helicopter. Also, you guys just parachute down. It's like, is it really? Oh, come on. Is this part really? Now I'm laughing too hard. Is this part really necessary? Are you sure that we need to go down there? Like, are we gonna do anything? Why don't you guys just use the giant attack helicopter and that's it? No, you guys get down there too. Distract him.
Distract the enemy.
They're just like running away. They land and immediately. I can't. Now I'm laughing too hard. They're landing and immediately running.
Yeah, they don't fire at all. They just scatter.
I like the realism, though. They're not even trying to engage you.
They just want out.
Oh my god. So now we're on the 5th board. This board, you know what? This board is where it starts to get a little tougher, and the 6th board is a bear. The 6th board in this game is ridiculous. Now, I never was very fond of using the 30-man code in these games. And of course, back in the day, I could just do it with one Jeep. Obviously, those days have ended.
Yeah, those days
it
are
also
long
wasn't
gone.
nearly as hilarious playing without making jokes. But there's no 30-man code. There's no Konami code for this game,
No,
right?
it doesn't work in this game, as far as I understand. So you're left to your own devices.
You know who had it all to do with that? Lieutenant Bob.
Lieutenant Bob was like,
He
we
wasn't having that
No.
shit. He said, save that for Contra.
They were like, by the way, we can give you a code to make the to give you a little bit of an extra edge. He's like, I don't want that shit.
We don't even want any continues. Fuck that.
They're very bold.
They really are. They're a very brave team. But you might argue a little, not the most intelligent, but you gotta really honor their bravery and their extreme attitude. They are very extreme, these guys.
It's very indiscriminate slaughter.
You know. Hey, we're over here. Yes, I see you. Do you want to get killed by the napalm tank? Or all right, that's not coming up yet. This board, I think this is... What is this, the moon now?
I don't know what this is.
This is like Final Fantasy 2.
I would assume it's checkpoint Epsilon. We can look.
Okay.
And see. Let me bring it up again. There it is.
I like that this is very George Lucas in its set pieces.
Checkpoint Tango. It is.
Okay, but you know what? Admire Konami's restraint. No snow level. No snow and ice level, and which is kind of weird, actually. I never thought of that.
Well, it's Vietnam.
That's true. But admire their restraint.
Yeah, sure.
You know?
And they have these sandbags that look like smiles.
They're happy. You know what? This is, it's not personal. That's what this enemy is trying to tell us. Listen, guys, it's not personal. You did land our Jeep behind enemy lines. Your Jeep behind enemy lines, and you're attacking us violently. This poor guy. We have to toy with their emotions a little bit. This is how legends spread. You know what we're trying to do here? Well, what Lieutenant Bob really was trying to do was, from early on in this campaign, he wanted to spread fear and leave some of these guys alive. They could go back and say, like this guy right now, he's not dying. I'm just shooting him in the arm. I'll show you. I shot him in the groin. He disappears because that's the programming, but he's going back. He's telling everybody.
He's telling me this guy shot my dick off.
Oh shit! I see, but you're standing on top of a landmine. You really...
Don't move. We'll come back for you in Jackal 2.
Tom,
don't move.
Oh shit! Could you just leave me in the fucking POW prison?
If that button comes back up on that mine, you're done. So just do not move.
Oh my god. All right, come on. Now, you know what? This stage, I didn't mean to die, but this stage is actually a little better for grenades because you can get over the walls here. Unless you have really souped up missiles, which I lost ages ago. Is there anything up here? I forget. Oh, this guy. Cannonball tank. I don't know, the cannonball tanks should be intimidating, but they're firing cannonballs, which makes them kind of goofy. Which is kind of weird.
Yeah, it is a little weird. Fighting a pirate vessel. It is a little strange.
Come on. Oh, I see you guys. Now, see, the missiles really wouldn't be good here. They really wouldn't. Come on, I'm over here. Did you see me? In between that? Whoop. There
Whoa.
we go. Oh, yep, you made that mistake, my friend. Don't you know this is Lieutenant Bob you're dealing with? Now, Lieutenant Bob, he's the gunner, right? He's not
yes.
also manning the explosives, honestly.
I don't know. It's not really clear because it says there are 2 drivers. So I don't think maybe they take turns. Like that one needs to sleep. It's like when you're going on a cross-country trip.
Maybe it's one of those like driving school cars that has the setups on both sides. God. Did you see what I just? Is there instant replays?
There is. There will be for the people that are watching it, but not for us.
Okay. You guys, go back and look at what I just did there. That was a work of brilliance. That was me and Lieutenant Bob as one.
Synced up.
Synced. See what I do here? I just said, boom. I'm not doing anything. Now I'm in. What? Get it. Oh, this is the napalm tank. This is what I was talking about. I'm not gonna let that guy fire. I'm sorry. Fire comes out of his muzzle, as it were. Look at this guy. Where's he? No.
That poor schmuck.
You get out of here. You don't get to.
Like, where are you going?
That's true. Why didn't we should just leave one guy? He's like the guy nobody likes. You know.
He was stealing people's rations.
Oh, come on, you. Come on, now it's getting a little out of hand. This is the guy that's going to kill me, right?
Just run him over.
That guy was clearly getting ready to jump over that ledge. Should just let him do it. Take yourself out, you son of a bitch.
There's a lot of fear. You're sowing fear. You're sowing discord amongst the enemy troops. The strangely well-equipped. We never saw these weapons when we actually fought in Vietnam, but
thank God.
We lost anyway. Imagine how bad we would have lost if we had to deal with this shit.
It's not a good scene. This is not a good scene, guys. Oh Jesus, what's happening? Whoa! Thank God you could go back a little bit in this game, right? You got to use that to your advantage. Those cannonballs are going very far. Okay, Colonel Cornwallis, get out of here. Oh, those guys have blowtorches, I think. Yeah, they do. Did you see that?
And that has like quite the range too on that blowtorch.
Look at that. Maybe it's blowtorch. No, it's Cobra. This is a GI Joe.
No.
This is Cobra.
Oh my God.
What am I gonna do? Okay, he fired. You shot your load. That was the end of that. Just gotta get out of here.
It's getting a little hairy. It's getting a little seedy.
Oh, now what do I have? Oh, only the. I hate that. You know what? I'd rather have the regular missile than just the sideways one. I don't like just the sideways one because I feel like I should have the vertical and. Well, you know what's gonna be good here though. Watch it.
Oh my God, that's a combo.
Sons of bitch.
Cook a combo.
Cook a combo. You know what? I don't know if I'm dropping off the guys. I don't know if I'm dropping the guys. Should I do it?
Why are they throwing potato mashers out of the airplane? They look like Nazi grenades.
They don't have. Look at all the money they spent. What do you want them to, what kind of?
They're like, we forgot to buy ordnance for the.
What kind of ordnance do you want? They can't. I mean, there's got to be a limit to the spending, Colin. You know, these guys are like.
I mean, they seem a little bit excessive, but maybe they don't want to live that life of excess anymore. I don't blame them.
I don't. You know, this guy's throwing power pellets at me. If I was only Pac-Man.
It's like you're clearly not hitting. Just save your ammunition until he gets closer. You don't have to keep firing.
The guy's really nervous. It's like, come on, John, cut the crap, man. He's not even close yet. I'm sorry, I'm just so nervous. No,
John. Vietnamese guy named John.
Well, they're trying to America. You know, give the guys credit.
Right.
You know, this terrain, this Jeep must have huge tires. The terrain is fantastic.
It's like the Opportunity rover on Mars. This thing is like fucking insane.
I know. They thought that was going to stop this Jeep. No.
They carefully placed all of the rocks because they were running out of money. They're like, we bought that train for no reason. That train was supposed to bring more landmines, but he destroyed it. So we
ended up destroying everything. Oh, you know what? We got to take these cannons out first. This is going to start unloading some tanks on us. Oh, okay. Oh, I have the good weapon. I didn't even realize I got that upgrade. Okay. That's good. I'll just take these guys out. One shot. Oh, they're getting serious now. We got to take out the little generator. See when the garage door opens, you see the little...
Right.
Oh,
Very
the
Konami.
timing's not good. The timing's not good. Let's try it now. Nope. Missed again. Oh, come on, you sons of a bitch. Let's go there. Nope. Missed. Nope. Missed again. Oh, boy. Hub boy. Just gonna go over here. Oh, you didn't know there was all this, huh?
He's getting a little hairy, getting a little seedy.
Getting a little hairy. It's all right. Got it under control. How many tanks can fit in this building?
I know, it's insane.
What the hell?
These guys have unlimited funds, man. This is incredible.
Not even fair.
I think we're fighting a proxy war with some better equipped enemy than we think here.
I don't know what's going on. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Right here, we're gonna take this guy out. Right now. There we go. I like the little explosion.
Yeah, there's actually some nice graphic. We're making fun of the game, but there's a lot of nice little graphical flares actually in the game. Like the dude's parachuting out of the helicopter. That was funny,
God.
but actually the animations were really good.
It's fun, right? Yeah. There's like little states to it as they descend. we go back over here. We got to destroy. Then, as you can see, once the garages, it makes sense. Once the garages are destroyed, then the force field comes down. So it makes total sense.
It's very interesting that they tied those two things together. You'd think they would tie the generator to something separate, possibly behind the wall.
But no, this is unpredictable. This enemy is nothing but unpredictable, if not unpredictable. Here? Yo, yeah! I saw you. I see you, Lieutenant Bob. We got your back.
I like how limited it is, where it still shows the 2-player score, even if you didn't, like, nothing happened. It's like, you could probably just not show that at all.
Now, I'm going to have to be, what do I have? 4 extra guys in reserve? I'm going to have to be very deliberate. This board is extreme. I have trouble with this board. Not when I was a boy, but as of late.
When you were a young man.
I was a young man once. So is Lieutenant Bob.
This is Checkpoint Zulu.
Checkpoint Zulu?
In the instruction manual.
Is that correct? All right. It sounds intimidating. You know what? I don't care. Do you want to leave your tanks parked here?
They park them very neatly in the spots.
They do. Parking by. What the hell just happened there?
He was out.
He's like, don't forget. Oh my God! It's what I suspected. They have teleport technology. This is our perfect opportunity to talk about the Philadelphia experiment.
Oh my God! I don't want to talk
horror.
I don't want to talk about the Philadelphia experiment. Please don't make me talk about it.
That guy's fused into his tank somewhere in like Georgia at this point. Oh no!
Yeah, he's fused into his tank in 2050 in Georgia.
Oh, you know what? I'm so anxious. I'm so anxious about something. I have to talk to you guys about it. So those planes have been dropping the entirety of the game. Almost have been dropping those bombs on us. Well, there's gonna be at some point in this stage. There's gonna be a car that does that, and it's very intimidating. And then there's a helicopter that comes. If you dawdle too long in one spot and don't go fast enough, there's a helicopter that comes, and that's a dangerous enemy. It almost behooves you to just keep moving in the stage, but it's hard because there's enemies everywhere.
What is the point of this thing?
The escalator?
Yeah, it's like the thing at the airport that makes you go just a little bit faster.
Yeah,
I hate that shit.
It's like a little awkward.
Yeah, like you're just going like you're just on it. You're going just barely faster than the people walking. It's obnoxious. I hate it.
This guy. How much? I'm just gonna wait till this guy runs out of ammo. How much could he have? Forget it. I'm gonna get this guy. Go. Son of a... I'm telling you, man. Oh, you can't even go that way. Look at that. Nice try, guys. I'm gonna go this way then. Right through the wall.
Yeah, it's weird that the explosion goes through the wall, but there's no damage to the wall. But
right.
Limitations.
These are very strong walls. You spared no expense.
No, certainly not. I can tell. It's all going up in flames, unfortunately for them. But literally billions and billions of dollars you've destroyed in the last 40 minutes.
Somewhere in the command center, like, are you serious? 1 Jeep? Have you seen this bill from level 3? It's not. Come on. They don't know who they're dealing with here. Look at it. It's too bad you can't destroy these things.
I know. Those things look awesome.
Yeah. This is not. They should not have left those there. Oh, there it is.
It's like dawdling too much.
How am I going to drop the guys off if that helicopter's coming? That's not fair.
Even when you're...
I'm out.
Yeah, it's
so
like...
Sorry, guys. But... Nope. No friggin'...
Look at you go.
Oh, my God.
Holy moly.
Guys, rewind that. I deserve it. That was maybe the luckiest thing I've ever done in this game. I've been playing this game
for literally 32 years.
85 years or whatever the hell it's been. Come on, you son of a guns. Which way do you think we're supposed to go? Why are they helping us?
I know, it's very...
Actually, nice try, guys.
I know. Which...
Nice try, you guys. God.
It's a little awkward.
It's a little weird. Then we're just kidding. Go this way. You know what? This is not... Get Siri. It's not, get Google Maps. Fine, I'll go this way. This guy's like, no, why is that arrow painted there? Look at this guy. You can't even run him over. That's what he's telling you. You can't run me over.
Yeah, you can't. Oh my God, he's like, Fred, get out of there.
Get the hell out of there. Nope, you're going out. Look at this guy. That guy, he does throw bombs. Okay. See you later, you guys. But actually, you know what? Oh, I was gonna leave it just one bullet away from dying. You know what? What is this? Is this those multi-directional? I have trouble with these things. Let me see. Let me see if I get a preview here. Yeah, I see you. I see you. All right, let's go. It just can't reach, right?
No, not even close.
He says, nope. You're gonna have to come fight me. I said, the hell I am. I'm gonna go there. Actually, I don't think it's.
You stay there, then the helicopter comes and bombs you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. The helicopter. Thank you for reminding me.
And there's a guy right next to it.
He's like, this is the safest spot I could possibly imagine. You're going down right here. Right here, you son of a bitch. All right. There's some cannons here to take care of. Nope. No. Oh my.
Man, that was by the frame you got away from that thing. Holy
I don't
moly.
think that was even fair on there. Oh my god. Thank God that guy.
Wow, look at you, dude.
Wow, that guy is an idiot. That guy is a complete moron. That guy had no right driving a tank. You know, he knew it too when he got promoted. He was like, I have no business in this fucking thing. But you know what? He should have spoke up.
It's like Attack on Titan, where they seem to put some of the least capable soldiers closest to the capital.
Yeah. You know what? Oh, we're gonna do an Attack on Titan show. When are you gonna finish watching that?
When I get home, I gotta get through God of War and all this, and then we'll.
You got a lot to do.
And I gotta maybe sleep.
You might want to get some. No, do Attack on Titan then sleep. No, you gotta watch it with some sleep. Oh man, just wait. You're gonna be. I know when you get to a certain point, you're actually gonna call me on the phone and want to talk. That's how crazy it gets.
I'm excited. Yeah, it's a great show, man.
It is.
Really, really loving it.
Very anxiety-inducing though.
It is.
You gotta be ready. You gotta be. It's harrowing. It's a little harrowing.
And the pot's not helping.
Yeah. You know what? In fact, I'll just tell guys out there. I've been watching the first series I really got into. I watched One Punch Man, but it wasn't that many episodes. The first series I really got into post Attack on Titan was Sword Art Online, and it's good. It's not that it's not good, but it is. Son of a, he's like, this guy's talking. I'm just gonna try to snake him right here. It's very good, but it doesn't have the gravity of Attack on Titan. Then you kind of remember nothing has the gravity of Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is just heavy times heavy, and it never stops. You know,
it really was giving me a lot of anxiety. And I said before that the smaller Titans, like the 3 meter to 10 meter Titans, are way scarier than the bigger ones.
They're very creepy because
it's really, really creepy.
The imagery is very creepy. You got to tip your cap. You know. All right, you're out.
We finally see like some sort of iconography for these guys,
which is interesting, right?
Like there's no flag. It's a very graphically, even for its time, it's a little plain, you know?
I agree.
There could be a little more.
Yeah, I agree. I think Lieutenant Bob wanted it this way though. And what he said went. He was in charge of Konami back then. And you know what? If he was still, let me tell you something. If Bob was still in charge over there, things would be a little different. Things would be.
He wouldn't have ruined Castlevania.
Well, he was great friends with Kojima.
So we would have gotten maybe some more proper Metal Gear.
Yeah, I don't think he would have
tended to Iga a little bit better.
Iga as well, Iga-san. Very good point.
Why? Oh man.
I know we're almost there though, guys. We're almost to the last boss.
Nice. There you go.
It's looking good. So far, so good. Anyway, right?
There you go.
You gotta have this weapon. This is very difficult without this weapon at the end here.
Oh, your explosion got stuck.
Thank God if this sort of mechanic wasn't in the game that you could go back and sort of reset, it would be much harder. But the fact that you could kind of exploit that, whether it was intended or not, I don't know.
I mean, it must be. I mean, the game would play differently if you couldn't do that. So, like when you commit, because there would be a lot of memory problems with old games where it wouldn't even let you do that.
Shit. Right. Committing. Right. Well said. Well said, my friend.
A lot of the reason why you couldn't go back in some games was there was just no memory for what was behind you.
Right. Exactly. All right. So, you know what? I'm trying to remember. There's multiple. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I remember how to. Oh, jeez. Yeah. See,
those guys just get mowed down.
Guys are like the last.
They're like committed to infantry though in this, which I respect.
They are. Unfortunately, the infantrymen don't like it very much, but they are committed. All right, so now we're at the enemy base. Oh, that's right, the helicopters. I don't remember exactly how to do this. Just keep moving. Shake and move, my friend. Shake and move.
Oh, you know what? Those flags look like Vietnam flags. In the corner there, it's interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do. The red flag with the star on it.
Sure. We're almost there, you guys. I don't know how many tanks are gonna send out after us. You know what? It's actually better. I do remember this. It is actually better to have the last. I'm not spoiling anything because you're gonna see it in a minute, but the last incarnation of the. Holy shit! This. The last incarnation of the boss. It's better to have the grenades. I'll show you why. Holy shit! How many? The only thing that's not good that thing is so slow. And these guys apparently showed no signs of stopping. Alright. Come on, pound this.
Just destroying their base, just like their headquarters.
Like,
just obliterating.
How many grenades? Oh, okay. Alright, now watch. We won! This is awesome! Come on, guys, let's go.
Oh! Whoa.
Yeah. Alright, gotta exploit the safety zone here. And this battle's gonna take a little while. So be patient. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about, you guys? We talk about. I see you up there, you little freak. I see you.
Fat fuck.
I said it. I think I missed. I wonder who thought of that.
The idea of having them
Changing
change
color.
colors.
It's a good indicator, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. Everything changed. Yeah, it is a good indicator. It doesn't really make any sense in terms of the game, but a lot of things don't make any sense in terms.
Oh, did you see it just turned pink from red? So now we got him. We got him on the run. Never noticed there was like a little tread animation. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It is cool. Yeah, it's actually really neat.
You know. All right. Almost got it.
Almost there.
Almost there. He came
Nice.
from behind.
Yeah, we'll take that take.
Center it. Makes sense. Why they? Oh, the lights went out.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's all.
Your
it's
mission
all
accomplished.
there they
Oh.
are. Look at Bob smoking a stogie. Is that Bob? That's not Bob.
It's a blunt.
That guy looks like he's taking. That guy
Yeah, I
looks
guess-
like he's taking a piss, and
Yeah.
that yellow puddle in front of him doesn't help.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Come on. It's not the most flattering shot, Bob.
It's a really cool shot though. The way the rock face goes like into an arc. On the
Yeah,
way.
it's neat,
pretty
right?
neat. Yeah, and the sun obviously looks really cool.
This was what it was all about in the NES era.
Yeah, just getting to look at this.
You know. Jackal. So fitting that this is the first Let's Play that we're doing because I love this game.
Yeah, it's a great.
Endlessly, my friend. Character design. Now that's a thing too. Did we ever talk about that before? How they would put aliases in because the companies were so afraid of poaching.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they didn't want anyone to know who was who.
Which is really funny. I loved when I learned that. I think you're the one who told me that.
Yeah. It was a big thing with Capcom, especially.
They really didn't want anyone taking these, especially Capcom and Konami, right? These guys were like, this was always something to me because this doesn't do anything. We're just going to go back to the start screen.
Push start key.
Oh,
you go back.
Second quest.
Does the game get any harder?
Yeah,
I guess
you don't have any weapons. You just got to use the
You
G.
just got to.
We're going to speedrun right here, guys.
Well, we hope you enjoyed our Let's Play of Jackal. Remember, this is an NES game. It's really not available anywhere else. You can obviously buy the cartridge, as Dagan was saying, for pretty cheap still. You can also emulate it. I'm sure no one cares. It's not like it's available anywhere else. I sure don't care. Thank you so much for your support. Remember, you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/ColinsLastStand if you'd like. If you don't already, it would really mean a lot to us if you did, if you like our content. But if not, enjoy the content for free. Dagan's committed suicide at the end of the video.
Suicide attack.
That's it for us. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.